Have you ever found yourself reflecting on life and wondering if you've truly embraced its most important lessons? The truth is that life often moves faster than we realize, and some wisdom only comes when it's almost too late. But what if you could learn these truths now before time slips away? In this video, we'll explore timeless life lessons, truths about time, relationships, and self-discovery that can reshape the way you live. From understanding the power of forgiveness to the value of being present, these insights could be the key to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Your support means a lot to us. If you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up to help spread our message. I'm also eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0 instead. Your feedback is crucial, as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Time, words, and opportunities. These three never return. So, do not waste time, choose your words wisely, and never miss an opportunity. If someone criticizes you behind your back, it means you are ahead of them. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. One of the greatest diseases of humanity is this: neglecting one's own field while tending to the fields of others. Before embarking on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves, one for your enemy and one for yourself. There are 1,000 lessons in defeat, but only one in victory. If you feel depressed, you are living in the past. If you feel anxious, you are living in the future. And if you are at peace, you are living in the present. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We often make more effort to convince others we are happy than actually striving to feel that way. A healthy man desires 1,000 things, but a sick man desires only one: health. If you keep your thoughts pure, bad actions will have no room to grow. The man who says, "I can," and the man who says, "I cannot," are both correct. Learn as though you are always lacking knowledge, and cherish it as though you fear losing it. Don't criticize the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. If you hate, you have already been defeated. It is more shameful to distrust a friend than to be deceived by them. Appear weak when you are strong and strong when you are weak. A flatterer is an enemy, while one who points out your faults is a true mentor. To see what is right and not do it is the worst form of cowardice. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. The person who tries to walk 2 roads at once will go nowhere. He who is content with his lot is truly rich. A noble person uses things. A lesser man is used by them. A true leader leads by example, not by force. Even the finest sword, when plunged into salt water, will eventually rust. Man's nature may lean toward evil, but goodness arises from conscious effort. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. To lead people, walk among them. When anger rises, pause and think of the consequences. To truly know your enemy, you must become your enemy. If you find yourself as the smartest person in the room, it's time to find another room. Opportunities multiply when they are seized. Let go of the desire to have, and you will find freedom. The funniest people are often the saddest ones. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Before engaging in a fight, count the cost. The weak can often overcome the strong, and the gentle can triumph over the hard. Be extremely subtle, to the point of formlessness. Be extremely mysterious, to the point of soundlessness. In this way, you can direct the fate of your opponent. True words are not always pleasant, and pleasant words are not always true. A clever fighter excels not just in winning, but in doing so with ease. Live for the praise of others, and you will become their prisoner. People in ancient times spoke little, as they considered it shameful not to honor their own words. You must believe in yourself. There is nothing softer or more flexible than water, yet nothing can resist it. The person who has all the answers has not asked all the questions. If the mind is willing, the body can endure much. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Great results can often be achieved with small forces. The wise man avoids all extremes. Great is the person who has not lost their childlike heart. We accept advice in small doses but give it in buckets. Think and deliberate before you act. When people know too much, they are difficult to lead. If what you have to say is not better than silence, then it is better to remain silent. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. The wheels of justice turn slowly, but they grind exceedingly fine. Man begins to die from the moment of birth. Study the past if you wish to define the future. It is easy to love your friend, but the hardest lesson is learning to love your enemy. Knowledge is a treasure, and practice is the key to unlocking it. Bad habits can only be conquered today, never tomorrow. He who knows does not speak, and he who speaks does not know. You cannot trust a man who has nothing to lose. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Plan for what is difficult while it is still easy. Do what is great while it is still small. Whoever talks too much often fails. Life is really simple, but we insist on complicating it. If a commander sends reinforcements everywhere, he will be weak everywhere. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward. Think of tomorrow, but remember that the past cannot be mended. An enemy is often just a friend who knows too much about you. Victory over others gives strength, but victory over oneself grants fearlessness. Give a man a bowl of rice, and you will feed him for a day. Teach him to grow rice, and you will save his life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Disorder arises from order, fear from courage, and weakness from strength. Do not seek too desperately, otherwise you will lose. Stop seeking, and you will find. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. A skillful artist will not adjust his work to suit an unskilled tool. Beware of sugar mixed with poison, and beware of the fly that has sat on a dead snake. A man dies easily when he has too much will to live. Those who do not understand the horrors of war cannot truly value its peace. Time is a created thing. Saying, "I don't have time," is like saying, "I don't want to." A noble person blames themselves, a lesser person blames others. Just as water takes no fixed shape, so there are no fixed conditions in life. Fill a bowl to the brim, and it will spill. Keep sharpening your knife, and it will grow dull. Friends are the siblings God never gave us. It is better to light a small candle than to curse the darkness. Every creature fights when attacked, even those that are gentle. He who knows and pretends not to know is wise. He who pretends to know is sick. Tell me, and I will forget. Show me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I will understand. Care too much about what others think, and you will always be their prisoner. Getting something done is like digging a well. You can dig it 70 feet deep, but if you don't reach water, it's just an abandoned hole. Even a loss can turn into a profit, and a profit can turn into a loss. The feeling of right and wrong is the beginning of wisdom. There is no crime greater than having too many desires. There is no disaster worse than not being content. Attack the evil within yourself, rather than attacking the evil in others. Be attentive to your thoughts. They are the seeds of your actions. Complaining about unpleasant things doubles the burden, but laughing at them lightens it. You can rise above those who offend you by forgiving them. Wisdom can be learned in 3 ways. First, by reflection, which is the noblest. Second, by imitation, which is the easiest. And third, by experience, which is the most bitter. The truth is not always beautiful, and beautiful words are not always truthful. People are often distressed, not because they are incapable, but because they do not take action. You are controlled by the person who angers you. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there's nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Roads are meant for journeys, not destinations. Never say never. For time flies and everything changes. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. We gain by losing and lose by gaining. No matter how busy you think you are, find time to read, or you will surrender to ignorance. When I free myself from who I am, I become who I can be. Happiness is being understood. Great happiness is being loved. Real happiness is loving others. Temperance is the first step toward virtue, which leads to moral perfection. Sometimes we see a lot but fail to notice the most important things. The snow goose does not bathe to make itself white, and neither do you need to do anything but be yourself. The wise man is one who knows what he does not know. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. If you lack faith, existence will not believe in you. What is evil for one person at one time may become good for another at a different time. I have just 3 things to teach: simplicity, patience, and compassion. These 3 are your greatest treasures. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. The way is near, yet people seek it far away. It is in simple things, yet people search for it in complexity. New beginnings often disguise themselves as painful endings. Forget injuries, but never forget kindness. The unwilling soul sees only what it desires, while the willing soul sees what is hidden. There is beauty in everything, but not everyone can see it. The way of truth is like a great road. It is easy to know, but the challenge is that many refuse to walk it. A person must not be without shame, for the absence of shame is itself shamelessness. Be flexible, and you will stay strong. Be empty, and you will remain complete. Wear yourself out, and you will be renewed. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. A trail through the mountains becomes a path when used, but if neglected, it will soon be overgrown with grass. It is easy to hate, but difficult to love. This is how the balance of the world works. All good things are hard to achieve, while bad things come easily. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and achieves without doing. Learning without thought is labor wasted. Thought without learning is perilous. Strive to treat others the way you would want to be treated, and you will find that this is the shortest path to benevolence. Success is as dangerous as failure. Hope can be as hollow as fear. Those with higher morality do not consider themselves moral, thus, they have the highest morality. If you make a mistake and fail to correct it, that is the true mistake. A sage who wishes to rise above people places himself below them. A leader who wants to stay ahead starts by being behind. The one who offends you takes your negative energy and gives you their positive energy. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? And what is a bad man's but a good man's task? Learn as if you were afraid of not reaching your goal. If you spend too much time alone, you will eventually make peace with loneliness. You will never know your potential if you fear being alone. You cannot open a book without learning something. By staying true to yourself and avoiding comparison or competition, you will gain universal respect. If someone intends to offend you deeply, they harm themselves more. Outward courage dares to die, inner courage dares to live. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A great man focuses on what is essential and lets go of the insignificant. He acts in truth, but never relies solely on laws. Do not worry that no one knows you, instead strive to be worth knowing. If you are not afraid of dying, there is nothing you cannot achieve. A superior man is modest in speech but exceeds in action. Rushing into something for quick results often leads to failure. He who carefully finishes what he begins will not fail. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. The less you desire something, the less you need it. Truth spoken before its time is often dangerous. When virtue is lost, good nature appears. When good nature is lost, justice takes its place. When justice is lost, all that remains is mere decency. Decency, though necessary, is only a shadow of the truth and the beginning of disorder. Without persistence in effort, brilliance cannot emerge. Recognizing your insignificance is the first step toward true power. Friendship is like one mind in 2 bodies. Knowing your limits brings satisfaction, while pride in excess leads to disaster. Sometimes you must yield to win, and lowering yourself can lead to ultimate victory. Time is a created thing. Saying, "I don't have time," is like saying, "I don't want to." A noble person takes responsibility, while a lesser person blames others. As water has no constant shape, life has no fixed conditions. If you fill a bowl to the brim, it will overflow. If you keep sharpening your blade, it will become dull. It is better to light a small candle than to curse the darkness. True wisdom lies in knowing what you do not know. Care about what others think too much, and you will always be their prisoner. Roads are made for journeys, not destinations. Victory over others brings strength. Victory over oneself brings fearlessness. Give a man a bowl of rice, and you feed him for a day. Teach him to grow rice, and you save his life. Sometimes, even a loss can turn into a gain, just as a gain can become a loss. A great man clings to the essentials and lets go of distractions. Success without morality is hollow, and knowledge without humility is dangerous. The man who chases two rabbits catches neither. Health is the greatest possession, contentment is the greatest treasure, and confidence is the greatest friend. A path through the mountains becomes a trail if used, but if abandoned, it soon becomes overgrown with grass. It is easy to hate, but loving is far more difficult. This is how things work in life. The good things are hard to achieve, while bad things come easily. The whole being knows without learning, sees without looking, and accomplishes without doing. Learning without thought is labor wasted, and thought without learning is perilous. Always treat others the way you would like to be treated, for this is the shortest path to benevolence. Success is as dangerous as failure. Hope is as hollow as fear. People of higher morality do not view themselves as moral, and thus, they possess the highest morality. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, that is the true mistake. A sage who wants to rise above others places himself below them. He who desires to lead must first learn to follow. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's task? Learn as if you are afraid of not reaching your goal, and as though you fear missing it. If you are alone for a long time, you will eventually accept loneliness. You will never know your true potential if you are afraid to be alone. You cannot open a book without learning something. By remaining true to yourself, without comparing or competing, you will achieve universal respect. The one who seeks to offend you only harms himself more. A person with outward courage dares to die. A person with inner courage dares to live. Our greatest glory lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from this topic. Have any thoughts or personal experiences to share? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join our community for more empowering content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, embrace the journey with confidence.